The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. Resolved that Pennsylvania administrators should not have the right to search their students' personal belongings, such as a purse, backpack, or even a car. Searching through a student's belongings are an invasion of privacy, distrusting, and embarrassing. How would you feel if you were walking down the hallway to your next period class and the principal came out of nowhere and demanded to see what was in your backpack? First and foremost is an invasion of privacy. In your school handbook on page 17 in the Students' Rights article, section B, it states that the district recognizes that the students have rights. They have legal rights as persons and citizens and not to be deprived of what the law gives them. If my knowledge is not mistaken, the Fourth Amendment is a law. If an administrator searches through your personal belongings, they would also be breaking a law if you were caught. A teacher in New Jersey high school was suspicious of a 14-year-old freshman that was apparently carrying cigarettes. They called her to the assistant principal's office, and he demanded to see what was in her purse. The vice principal found a pack of cigarettes and also noticed a package of cigarette rolling papers. Then he searched through the purse thoroughly and found some marijuana, a pipe, plastic bags, a fairly substantial amount of money, an index card containing a list of students who owed money, respondent money, and 2 letters that implicated her in marijuana dealing. The New Jersey Supreme Court said that the holding of a search was unreasonable. This is an example of invasion of privacy. The vice principal literally took her purse and searched it just for evidence that she was carrying cigarettes and other drugs. The vice principal did not have the right to go through another human being's property by physically taking the student's purse away from her and searching through it without her permission. Another reason why the school should not have the right to search their students' belongings is that the students and their parents lose trust with the school. On September 14th, an incident occurred, and Assistant Principal Peter Bandit from Egg Harbor Township High School searched the car of a student named Thomas Best. It was said that the bandit was passing out pills to other students and subsequently searched his locker and car. Marijuana, steroids, and Valium were found in Thomas's car. This case is definitely a case of distress because the assistant principal searched his car without a warrant. In the article, it says, to search that student's car without a warrant strikes me as reckless and disrespectful in an individual's privacy. I agree with that statement completely because what the assistant principal did was not right. This article and many others are basically a violation of students' privacy, and to go through their personal belongings are not the right way to handle these types of situations. Lastly, random searches can cause embarrassment. That student may have some private things that they don't want exposed to the whole school. 13-year-old Savannah Redding was taken from her classroom to the assistant principal's office. There, the assistant principal, Wilson, saw in her planner that she had knives and painkillers. She claimed that indeed the planner was hers, but she also said that she lent it to her friend Marissa earlier that day, and the contraband was not hers. He found 4 prescription pills and carrying them without permission were against the rules, and she was taken to the nurse's office. There the nurse, Peggy Schwaller, strip searched her. No pills were found, and when her mother was called to the school and heard about what happened, Mrs. Redding sued the school for violation of the Fourth Amendment. When they went to court, the court stated that it was not a violation of the Fourth Amendment, but it was qualified for immunity. They may have not violated her Fourth Amendment, but it was immune of them to actually strip search a 13-year-old girl for painkillers. Just because the planner was indeed hers, that does not mean that the knives and painkillers were hers also. Her friend Marissa had that planner last, so why didn't they search her also? In conclusion, random searches are an invasion of privacy, distrusting, and embarrassing. These are just some of the many cases of innocent students who were forced to hand over their personal belongings to someone who was thinking that they were doing the right thing, but in reality they caused more trouble. Our plan is to have parent permission of the student, if the student is a minor, conducted searches at a specific time and place to avoid embarrassment to the student, such as an office or empty room, and the contract that both the student and parent has to sign After hearing what I have to say and how much suffering and embarrassment these students went through, what do you think about random search?